Good morning, students. Today I am continuing my lecture of stereochemistry. I am Dr. Srirupa Banerjee, Department of Chemistry, Betun College. Now we are learning about the conformational analysis and of butane to explain gauge, syn, and anti-conformations. Now I am starting from here. This is the potential energy curve, and this is the potential energy and this is the dihedral angle. We are considering butane, molecule butane. Now this is the eclipsed conformation, you know that, and this is the staggered. Now you know these are eclipsed conformation and these are staggered conformation. But in case of ethane, there are all the substituents are hydrogen. So all the staggered conformations and all the eclipsed conformations were same. But in this case, in case of butane, in front carbon there is one methyl group and in the back carbon again there is one methyl group. Now after 60-degree rotation we are getting this one, and here two methyl groups are separated by 60-degree dihedral angle. If we rotate again, this is 60-degree, we will get this one, and after rotation again 60-degree, we will get two methyl group in 180-degree separation, and we will get again after 60-degree rotation we will again get eclipsed conformation, which is similar like this. And if we rotate this, we will get again this one. This is a staggered one, but here two methyl groups are in 60-degree dihedral angle separation. So this is similar like this one. Now if we carefully think, the energy content of these two are this and this are same and little bit higher than this one, because in this case these two methyl groups are in 180-degree dihedral angle separation. This is known as anti-periplanar anti-conformation, and since these two methyl groups are in the gauge conformation, they are known as syn conformation. They are in the gauge conformation, and this is the syn periplanar conformation. You know that this is syn with these two methyls are syn with one another. You will see this one as syn periplanar. Both of them are similar. Now, after knowing that conformational analysis, we will discuss about the syn conformation. When the dihedral angle is 60-degree or 360-degree in butane, the two methyl groups are in close proximity with the molecule. Therefore, potential energy is highest. Dihedral angle is 0 here. We will know about dihedral angle sometime later, but today this and this has dihedral angle 0. Taken granted that this and this has dihedral angle 0. This is the syn conformation. If we go over there, the most stable conformation of butane is known as anti-conformation. The potential energy of anti-conformation is lowest since two methyl groups are furthest away from each other in the molecule. And here the dihedral angle is 180 degree. Now, this is gauge conformation, where these two methyl group are in 60-degree dihedral angle separation. According to previous diagram, butane has three conformers. We know that. Just see, this is the conformational analysis diagram, potential energy versus dihedral angle, and these three are the energy minima position of this curve. So these three are conformers. So we are talking about anti, which is one conformer, sine, which is one. No, this is not a conformer. This is a conformations with highest energy, sine, and another one is, this is dihedral angle of two metallic group is 60 degree, and this is known as Gauss conformation. Let us consider this one. We are here before going to previous slide. According to previous diagram, butane has three conformers, two of which are mirror image of one another and known as conformations. Now, this is very important to know that these two conformers, that is here, this is one conformer, here there is another conformer, that is two conformer. These two conformer is of same energy. Two CH3 group is in 60 degree dihedral angle separation over here, and two CH3 group is 60 degree dihedral angle separation over here. Now, if we see carefully, if we place a mirror over here, now this is the mirror image of this one. See, this is a mirror image of this one. Okay, this is the mirror image of this one. Here CH3 is the reflection over here, this CH3 reflection over here, this hydrogen reflection over here, this hydrogen reflection over here, and these two are also the reflection of these two hydrogens. So they are mirror image of each other. So here the term Gauss conformation, according to the previous diagram I have just shown you, butane has three conformers, the energy minima positions, two of which are mirror image of one another. I have shown you, known as Gauss conformation, where the separation of the two methyl group between two methyl group is 60 degree. Now you will surprised to know that if we can separate these two conformations, they are chiral. These two conformer rather, they are the two Gauss conformers are chiral. But as a whole system is achiral, since the population of these two gauge, that is the mirror image of two gauge form, is same. Now, don't confuse here, students, please don't confuse here. There is a continuous rotation of C single bond between. There is a continuous rotation between C single bond. This is the front. If you see that, this is the front carbon. This is the back carbon. Over here, there is a 3 hydrogen, and over here, there is a 3 hydrogen. Now, if we keep this front carbon fixed and rotate this C single bond, then what will arise? There are innumerable number of conformations will arise. Between them, 3 conformers are there. One of them is anti and 2 of them are gauge. Now the two gauge forms are mirror image to each other. If we can, it is not possible to isolate one single gauge conformer in our room temperature, because there is a continuous rotation between CC single bond. And if we can separate them, they will become chiral, and another gauge form will the mirror image of previous gauge form. So, as a result, they will, since the population of these two gauge form is same, because they have same energy content, so As a whole, the molecule is achiral. So I will discuss this later on again and again, as so that you can clearly understand this statement. But till now we are talking about potential energy, dihedral angle, torsional angle, etc. and etc. So I want to clear you what is the dihedral angle now. If we draw a line on your plain paper, if you draw two lines, you will get an angle in 2D. Okay. Now, what is dihedral angle? Dihedral angle is the angle between two planes. Till now, we are familiar with the angle generated by two lines. Now, I will give a view of a 3D phenomena in which dihedral angle comes, dihedral angle and torsional angle comes. If you consider plane, that is, if you consider, say very simply, I can give you an example where the wall is one plane and floor is another plane. Now, if you draw a line in your wall and then draw your one line in your floor, then what will be the angle between your wall and your floor? It must be 90 degree, and this 90 degree is the angle between two planes, not the angle between two lines. Now, if you consider one copy and the copy is folded like this, that is, copy is, I am giving you an example, the copy is folded like this. Now, this is a plane, this is a plane, and this is another plane. And an angle between these two planes, that is this one, is known as dihedral angle. Now, similarly, here, this is a plane and this is another plane. Now, the angle between these two planes is dihedral angle. We can draw a line over here. As I told you, the angle between wall and floor is 90 degree. If you draw one angle in the plane of your wall and line in the floor, then the angle between two lines is also 90 degree. Similarly, if you draw a line over here and if you draw a line over here, that is ACCB, that is the angle between AC and CB is the dihedral angle between these two planes. Now I think it is clear. ACC plane contains the line AC and CCB plane contains the line CB. Now the angle between these two planes is theta. So this angle between AC and CB is again theta. And theta is now termed as dihedral angle. Since this is a 3D projection, this is not a 2D projection, this is a 3D projection, this is known as dihedral angle. Now, after that understanding, you can easily understand this case. This is the mathematical explanation of a dihedral angle. Now, if we consider a carbon-carbon bond, and if you draw the carbon-carbon bond, with this carbon there is a Ca bond, and with this carbon there is a Cb bond, and if you draw the Newman projection formula of this one, this one, obviously you are seeing this CC bond from here. This is the front carbon. This is the back carbon. This front carbon containing P. This is the Newman projection formula of CB bond. And you are seeing, you are watching from this side. This side. This is the front carbon. This is the CB bond. As I draw here, this is the CB bond. And as you are watching the CC bond over here, this is the back carbon. This back carbon, there is a Ca bond. That is the Ca bond. Now ACCB, you can clearly, you are viewing from this side. You are not viewing like from this side. So it must be clear that you are viewing the molecule from this side. This is the point you are watching, that you are seeing, that you are monitoring, whatever it is, the molecule. From this side, when you are seeing this carbon, the CB bond is in front of you. And see, this is the back carbon, like this one. And with this, there is a Ca bond. So ACCB or BCCA. BC, this is the front carbon, this is the back carbon, and A. Both of them are, A and B are eclipsing each other. The dihedral angle between these two planes, that is the plane containing the CB bond and the plane containing the Ca bond, are 0 degree. I think this is now clear. And if you draw this one, and you saw again, you are seeing, you are watching, you are monitoring the carbon CC bond from here, then this is the CC bond. This CC bond, you are watching it from here. Now, in the front carbon, that is this carbon, you are watching over here. So this is the CB bond. And now this CC bond, this is the front carbon, this is the back carbon, this is the front carbon, this is there is another carbon which is back carbon in Newman projection formula, and with that there is a Ca bond. Now this is a Ca bond, Ca, Cb. Now the dihedral angle between the plane containing Ca bond and containing Cb bond is 180 degree. So I think you have a clear idea about dihedral angle. Dihedral angle in organic chemistry is very essential for the understanding of conformations. Now the torsional angle. Torsional angle is again, the concept is somehow same with the dihedral angle. This, you see this one, this is the Ca bond, this is the Cb bond, this is a bond angle beta, and again if you draw this one like this is a bond, like you are seeing from this side, this is the direction you are seeing this one, and you can tell that the angle between AB and angle between CD is the angle between the AB plane and CD plane is the torsional angle. Similarly, like dihedral angle, in the torsional angle, there is, this is the eclipsed one, 0 degree. This is the torsional angle, which is 60 degree. This is the torsional angle, 180 degree, as we discussed in the case of dihedral angle. But there is a little difference. If you consider the torsional angle has some direction. That is, say this is a point. According to our knowledge, this point has angle 360 degree over here. And in dihedral angle, as I show in my previous slides, I'm just going there. This is drawn against a dihedral angle. That is, we are rotating this methyl group by 60 degree, then by 120 degree, then 180 degree, then 240 degree. Then this methyl group, this angle is 240 degree, this angle is 300 degree, and again this is 360 degree. This is a dihedral angle versus potential energy curve. Now, in case of torsional angle, after 180, we will term this one as minus 120 degree. That is, this is in case of dihedral angle, this is 240 degree, and in case of torsional angle, it is minus 120 degree. It will show the direction. This is the methyl angle between two methyl group in anti-clockwise direction, and this is again minus 60 degree. That is, the angle between two methyl group is 60 degree, and this methyl group is located in the anti-clockwise direction. Whereas according to torsional angle, this is plus 60 degree, or we can write just 60 degree over here. This is the 60 degree rotation, plus 60 degree torsional angle. This is minus 60 degree torsional angle. This is 60 degree dihedral angle, but this is 300 degree dihedral angle. To know the structure of different protein in biochemistry for the long molecules, we use torsional angle. Otherwise, torsional angle is very important in the biological system. When the torsion angle is approximately, eclipse bonds are characterized by torsion angle 0 degree. When the torsion angle is approximately 60 degree, we say that a special relationship is gauge, as like dihedral angle, and when it is 180 degree, we can say that it is anti. Staggered conformation have only gauge or anti-relationship between bonds on adjacent atoms, as we discussed earlier. Torsion angle is similar to dihedral angle, but torsion angle gives idea of direction. It is either positive or negative. Clockwise direction is positive, anti-clockwise direction is negative, as I mentioned here just before. It is measured from front substituent to back substituent. This is again important. This is measured from front substituent. তুমি যেটা থেকে দেখছো সেটা থেকে যেটাতে পেছনের কার্বনে দেখছো, that is this is the direction is always from this bond to that, not from this bond to that. So this will say about something about the direction. You can tell the torsion angle from this bond to that bond. That is front carbon measures front substituent to the back substituent. ঠিক আছে? Next হচ্ছে, it has value 0 degree to plus minus 180 degree. It has value 0 degree to plus minus 180 degree. And now this is for today's discussion.